and a very good day everyone, especially to our respected lecturer Dr. Indra. My name is Nur Shazana Imani binti Muhammad Rosli, matric number 273796. So today my group and I will be presenting on the group assignment 1. Proceeding with the presentation, I'll start with the company background. Our chosen company is KWSP branch Sungai Petani. KWSP, which stands for Kumpulan Wang Simpanan Pekerja, or as it is generally known as EPF, Employee Provident Fund, is one of the earliest provident fund ever established in the world. And in addition, it is also a type of statutory body in a country. EPF has been assisting a lot of Malaysian personnel in doing funding towards their upcoming retirement age. As stated in the Act EPF 1991, in the Act it is also said that all employees and employers are required to contribute in their retirement savings. For your information, the savings can only be withdrawn when the savers reach a certain age, for example, their retirement age. However, they can also withdraw the money before they reach the retirement age, but only for special conditions, and it have to meet all terms and conditions of EPF. Just like any other KWSP branches, this KWSP Sungai Petani also operated the same way. Plus, the same services are also provided, such as registration, payment, contribution, enforcement, advisory services, and etc. In terms of the number of employees, there are a total amount of 53 employees, which consists of permanent workers, contract workers, and interns workers. In this presentation, we will discuss the main problem faced by KWSP Sungai Petani, along with its factors and consequences, and also the recommendations on how this company can overcome their issue by implementing the lessons of organizational behavior.
Good day, Dr. Indra. My name is Marilyn Felinago with matric number of 268282. Today, I would like to present the main issue of the company that we have chosen. So after we have conducted the interview session with one of the supervisor of EPF Sungai Petani Kedah branch, we have identified there is one main issue relating to organizational behavior of this company. So the main issue that we have identified is stress among employees. Why do we choose this issue? Because this issue is relating to organizational behavior, as well as it is worth to investigate further about this issue, because mostly the efficiency of EPF organization is depend on how well their workers handle their stress. First and foremost, what is stress all about? Stress can be defined as a mental, physical, and emotion burden that has a negative effect on someone's physical and physiological health. When a requirement exceeds someone's capacity to cope, stress arises, disrupting his or her internal balance. When an employee perceives a condition as too difficult to handle or too difficult to manage, he or she experiences stress at work. There are 4 categories of stress among employees in EPF Sungai Petani Kedah. The first category is work demand. This is the feeling of not understanding where a career will take the employee or whether duties and responsibility will change. This confusion creates tension, which manifests feelings of anxiety over job advancement, for example. Since EPF is a government entity, all employees are only required to follow the rules and regulations established by the government. For example, when a government establishes a new procedure to solve a problems faced by the customers, then the workers have to obey the rules and regulations and just go through with it like that. The second category of stress among employees in EPF Sungai Petani Kedah is role conflict. Role conflict occurs when an employee faces a challenging demand during doing their work. For example, an employee is required to do another employee job just because he or she is unavailable at the moment. So in EPF situation, for example, the employee who in charge in keying the information of the customers will have the responsibility to answer the calls from customers too. So this situation creates tension, which leads stress among them. The third categories of stress experienced by the employee in EPF Sungai Petani is interpersonal demands. This situation occur when an employee possess lack of management skill, leadership skill, and also possess poor professional style in conducting their works. For example, an employee maybe they are required to apply this leadership skill, management skill, and also professional style in conducting their work. Therefore, when they possess lack of these qualities, they will feel stressed because they are unable to adapt with the change with the situation. Last but not least, physical demand. These categories of stress always happen in EPF Sungai Petani Kedah because most of the employees who are responsible in attending the customers at the counter, they need just 5 minutes to attend one customer's problem, because nowadays the customers are demanding to be attended as fast as possible. That's all from me. Thank you.
For this part, we will discuss about the factors of the main problem, which is stress among employees. The first factor is spike in customer during COVID-19 pandemic. During pandemic, number of employees at the workplace are limited. Therefore, employee will take turn coming to the workplace while others will work from home. Apart from that, there is also employee that are retired and employee that have been transferred to other branch. As a result, due to lack of workers, EPF office and counters only available for appointments. However, in EPF Sungai Petani, people came without an appointment, especially for their ICNR. Next, the second factor is pressure of mystery shopper. Mystery shopper is someone from the HQ that pretend to be a customer. This is a method to monitor the quality of service and behavior of employee in handling the customer. They will go to the office and assess the level of service provided. In addition, there is also a mystery caller that have the same role as the mystery shopper. They will make a call to the EPF office and count how many rings it will take for their staff to answer the call. Usually, the maximum rings will be 3 times, but if it exceeds 5 times, then the branch will get a lower ratings. Basically, as employee, it is their responsibility to maintain the customer rating. That is why the assistance of mystery shopper and mystery caller will give pressure to them. However, it is quite less suitable to make an assessment at that time, as the employees are busy attending the customer and query about the ICNR. The third factor is personal problems. Employee personal life may have an impact on their ability to perform their jobs and to communicate with their co-workers, supervisor and customer. Personal issues such as family problems, financial problems and also emotional difficulties will eventually have an impact on their productivity at work. And then they will have a tendency to be more assertive and emotional with those around them. So, as a consequence, they will treat their customer poorly based on their emotion. The last factor is non-cooperative co-workers. Teamwork is essential not only for group project, but also for maintaining the productivity of overall work environment. All employees are linked in some ways, where one person performance or lack of performance will affect the others. It can be frustrating to work with someone that is unwilling to commit to the teamwork. This is because this kind of co-workers will only prioritize their own self-interest rather than the needs and well-beings of others.
Hi, good day Dr. Indra. I will continue my group presentation on the consequences from the factor occurred in the corporate culture of kumpulan wang simpanan pekerja KPSP Sungai Petani Kedah. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Az-Zahra and my matric number is 27392. I will deliver all the consequences in the perspective of organizational behaviour concerning on the stress and emotion. So there were 4 factors arises from the main problem occurred in kumpulan wang simpanan pekerja Sungai Petani KPSP Sungai Petani Kedah. The first factor, which is spike in customer during the pandemic, especially when the ICR were announced by the government. Within the situation, there were also lack number of employees at customer service department. This hectic situation had caused the employee of KPSP Sungai Petani Kedah get burnt out. With high level of workload, the employees are overwhelmed and not be able to commit for their tasks efficiently. Thus, they also tend to display poor performances, so that an organization should ensuring appropriate personnel selection and job placement. For such example, the management should consider hiring people who fit in within the job, considering to work under pressure. As employers, we value the ability to work under pressure, as unexpected event, changes, problem or challenges can and do often occur regardless how well-being or how well-trained or someone are. The ability to respond effectively to pressure and stress is therefore extremely important in any line of work. The second consequences is affecting the branch rating received from the pressure of mystery shopper and mystery caller. This concerning to the organizational approach on developing realistic goals towards the employee practice. Individuals can perform better when they know what are expected from them. Therefore, the organization should provide training in order to sustain better productivity in the long run. For such training may help to educate the employees and equip them with necessary skills. Thus, providing them with the training needed, it is vital to ensure they are doing a good job. Next, employees at KPSP Sungai Petani Kedah will provide poor customer service as a result of their inability to deal with personal issues. Poor customer service occurs when a company fails to fulfill the customer needs in terms of service quality, response time, or overall customer experience. Allowing employees sabbaticals often a good action in terms of organizational approach that a company can emphasize. Sabbatical or an occasional escape should be given to the employees to take their mind off from the stress of their job. Plus, employers benefit in various ways too. For such example, the employees are rejuvenated and return to work with new energy and motivation. Last but not least, some of the employees of kumpulan wang simpanan pekerja KPSP Sungai Petani are unable to function as a team. For that, they will be prone to experience lower productivity and higher turnover. The management should emphasize on team building corporate programs in order to tackle such situation. Team building activities also work to improve workplace projects that involve teamwork, because it helps the team to understand each other better. After completing team building activities together, employees can get better understanding among each other's strengths, weaknesses and interests. Therefore, it could bring healthy corporate culture for the organization in the long run. So, I think that's all from me, and thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur Shakiri Mehdi Azri 273802. I will present about the recommendation to overcome the problem. So stress is an unavoidable consequences of work and life. Too much of it will harm the teamwork and productivity. We have come up with 4 suggestions, with 2 out of the 4 is the workplace stress theory. First theory is the effective event theory. This theory allows managers in understanding their workers' mood and emotion at work. For example, when a co-worker brings a favorite cake to the worker that's unexpectedly, they can feel better and happy. They might be proud if the co-worker is their boss. So, positive feeling arising from work experience can motivate workers to do something that they had not wanted to do before. For example, they volunteer to help a friend on a project that they were not expecting to work on. If the worker were unfairly penalized by their boss, the negative emotion they have could lead to behave cruelly against the co-worker. The manager should ensure the worker work in the positive emotion. Second theory is the person-environment fit model. It assesses how a worker fit into the environment in which they work. Practical intervention based on this model will only work to minimize pressure by increasing the degree of fit between worker and their environment. Mismatches are dangerous because they can create tension. Based on the person-environment fit theory, managers need to ensure workers enjoy social interaction with customers and co-workers, especially workers that need to manage the service counter to increase the degree of people fit to their environment and can help to reduce the stress among the workers. Third, managers should encourage workplace wellness to minimize the stress among workers. Exercise and healthy lifestyle are 2 of the most effective measures to fight the workplace stress. Managers should encourage workers to go walk on the lunchtime break. Next, gym membership should be subsidized to encourage workers to go to the gym to keep their body healthy. Managers also can bring the yoga teacher to the workplace at least once a month. Healthy snacks also can be offered in the workplace. Lastly, counseling for the work-related stress helps to determine the reason of the worker stress at work. It will help the worker identify the source of the stress and discover ways to minimize and handle it. As a result, workers may find it easier to deal with, and they will be happy and more engaged with their co-worker and customer.
To sum up, there's a lot of causes that could influence the organizational behavior. For instance, the policies and procedures set up by a company, the company structure, communication among colleagues, or even the management effectiveness could be one of the reasons for any problems faced by the company. In terms of this KWSP Sungai Petani situation, stress among employees is their major problem, as it could affect the branch rating and performance. Furthermore, this problem is really concerning, as it could come along with a lot of other consequences that could affect a company's performance. However, in this presentation, recommendations on how to overcome the problem by implementing the elements of organizational behavior are given based on a thorough research. As such, the event theories and the necessities of counseling sessions are among a few of the various ways on how to overcome this problem. Last but not least, the most essential part of an organization is for the employers to understand on how to obtain the best out of their employees. Only then the company can persistently become competitive and productive. I guess that's all for our group presentation. I hope we've done our best. Thank you so much, Dr. Indra. Thank you. That's all from us.